Hello from nowhere. I'm Kurt the Gardener. We're high atop Mystic Mountain in the fantastical land of nowhere. And if you've come by to visit and join me today, I want to say thank you. And if you want, hit that subscribe button, the like button, ring that bell, punch that donkey, kick that clown, and any other incarnations, iterations, forms, and thoughts of that nature. So today I'm going to start today. We're going to be talking about fasting from the world. I'm going to try to give you a little bit of a rough idea of that and how I know it and understand it and have realized it. First, we're going to start out with something that I believe that I need to say. We have all drunk from the cup of anger, and we have all practiced wrath. Even when we were unaware, we were practicing hostility and hate. We have all wished for war and prayed for conflict. We have served ourselves and worshiped at the altar of ego when we were unaware. We howled like wolves and barked like a pack of wild dogs at one another. Then we cried because of each other. We bled not for each other, but because of each other. And then each other died in one another's eyes when we were unaware. We slammed doors in each other's faces and burned bridges while we were standing on them in spite of each other. We cried out hate and called for death on each other when we were unaware. When the dream ended and the window wall became steel as the last concept that obscured our vision and strangled our senses vanished and died, we then cried for one another and found out how to love others aside from just ourselves. We forgave and begged for compassion, and then we showed mercy and understanding. And then all at once, we found God where God has always been, where we should have been when we became aware. So, on with the show. Fasting from the world. You must fast from the world, but do you know why? We've all seen the people at the church who are at peace during the service, but then they go to a restaurant and they are literally awful with their attitudes and behavior. Then during the weekdays, they are yakking about politics or sports or whatever else and addicted to social media, raving and yelling all over it about every which way the world is going. They're vomiting all over the place, poisons and toxins. You get the point. But then they go to church and the cycle restarts and goes on and on. Don't misunderstand this as me telling you to go to church because you don't have to. But understand this. To fast from the world is to remove all the politics, frustrations from the world, and I mean every one of them, from yourself and your life. The sports team that's getting on your nerves, the TV that's making you feel sad and angry and depressed and every other kind of feeling on the spectrum of human feeling, the politics, of course, all the social media. You get the point. Remove them from yourself and your life, and that is how you will fast from the world. Go completely sober in fasting from the world and its offerings. It's cleansing yourself mentally and physically and all around. I'm talking about movies, media, TV, radio, politics, social media, buying things, consuming things, and etc. It's about making the container suitable for God. Don't give me this cope and cop out about I'm not perfect. because it's not a fact or observation when you say it, but an excuse not to try, because living as you are must be so much easier. But how you are is confusion, because that is not who you are. You are better than that. But that everything that we've become over en masse and at large is not who we really are. We've confused ourselves with identifications, and we've heard lies that our egos and minds tell us, and we think that's me. And people say, you're lying to yourself, but that's not true either, because it's not you doing the lying, just like it's not you that's doing the thoughts. And I can prove this. If you can prove to me you're doing the thoughts, then you have the power to stop a thought, and I haven't seen a single person under the sun that could ever do that. That's why people are so short tempered and irritable, depressed, and hopeless now, because how they are living must be so much easier than fasting from the world. So they keep doing all those things. They must break free from the world. It must be so easy. It just pisses you off, is how easy it is to keep living in the world's way and the conditioning and in your confusion and your fake identity and putting the mask on that is not you. It must be so much easier, right, to keep playing the games. We're kids. We play games as kids, and then we just keep on playing games. We keep on throwing masks on top of each other until we've got a mask mountain on our face and we can't carry it anymore, and then we're lashing out. Take it off. Take it off. Take it off now. So simple it is that it leaves you 100% completely confused and identified with nonsensical fiction. Fasting from the world is akin to cleaning up your life and cleaning the clutter from your mind. So, how do you do this? Cold turkey if you've got the balls for it. However, I will tell you an easier way. Turn it off one thing, device, and screen at a time, and keep it off. Turn it off. It's all got a power button, and you've got a finger that longs to turn it off. Don't listen to the lies and propaganda of these corporations and anyone else for that matter. You don't need any of it. If anything, you need rehab from it, but fasting will suffice. Then, when everything is fallen away, that is when you can confront the system most effectively. That is when you can confront the system that keeps you in bondage within the room of the mind, the egoic system, also known as the ego. While fighting the ego surrounded by clutter can be done, it is as this when done. It's as two boxers blindfolded, and the ring is littered with trip hazards, and instead of hitting each other, they're just stumbling around and falling down and falling out of the ring, and it's downright ugly and pathetic to watch. It's also like track runners with it's also like track runners with venomous snakes all over the track. And the hurdles are buried, spring loaded in the ground. And as the runners approach them at 100 miles per hour, sweat flowing, breath breathing, they launch like rockets straight up into the runners' groins and into outer space and orbit to the beautiful stars of the universe. The runners fly. That's attempting to fight the ego without slaying the clutter first. It's nasty. It's brutal. It puts hair on your chest and a raging inferno of chaos in your heart. So go clean the clutter up, turn all the devices off, let it all fall away as dead leaves from the thriving tree that is you, and fast from the world. So, guys, if you stuck out and listened to what I had to say and visited with me, I want to hear what you have to say. So, comment. I'm Kurt the Gardener, and I want you to know and remember, you are always welcome here in nowhere. Have a great day.